Hello, Fearless at 4. I'm coming up with a new theme song. Fearless at 4 with Jess Grippo. OMG.
And I'm going to create the dance for it. Yeah.
Love it. So hi there, here we are at our third Fearless at 4 with a special guest. And the special guest is the divine, delicious, super fantabulous, and fantastic Jess Grippo!
Oh my god, what a great introduction.
I mean, so I met, here we are, we're in Brooklyn. So this is the first episode in Brooklyn, which is super exciting. We're right next to the Brooklyn Public Library, and we're in this lovely little park. And we're here to talk today about creativity and self-expression and absolute fearlessness,
Yes.
which you are.
Oh, why thank you.
Yes,
So are you.
Thank you. So I met Jessica this past, well, we met about a year ago.
We did.
And you shared with me what you were up to, and I was like, that's amazing. And then I followed you on Instagram. And then I met you again at Soul Camp, where we were both counselors for Soul Camp East. So Jess, why don't you tell us a little, hi Ray, it's good to see you. So tell us a little about what you do, or your journey to Soul Camp.
My journey to Soul Camp. Well,
or just your journey period, because that's more
my journey overall. Well, first of all, I fell in love with Eduardo at Soul Camp. Let that be known, because he's amazing.
I mean,
and yes,
yeah,
so that's,
I'll take it. I'll totally take it.
Take that. And I think there's something like what I'm drawn to in you, Eduardo. I'm like looking at the camera as I say you.
I'll
Is
take
that
it.
weird?
Yeah, no,
Is that the fearlessness and the fierceness and how purely you are in any context that I've seen you in is contagious, and it's beautiful, and I see your unique expression coming out so much and inspiring others to be themselves, which is like just makes my heart expand.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
welcome.
Mwah. Thank you.
Um,
Hi Gordon. Hi Amy.
Hey guys,
Nice to meet. It's good to see you guys. Okay,
Cool.
so back to your journey.
So my journey, I mean, in short, I was a ballerina. I was super serious into that path, starting at like 8 years old up until I was 19. For me back then, dance quickly became, especially in my teenage years, this very forced and specific way that you had to do things, and I was driving myself, and I was very, very concerned about doing it right. Like I needed to technically get everything perfect. I needed to do the right thing so that I could audition to get into a ballet company, to like go through all these steps that I thought was the way.
So where did you end up training?
So I trained at the Joffrey Ballet School in New York City.
No big deal.
You want me to hold that for a second?
Okay.
I'm
kicking things.
We have like a situation.
Yeah.
So I trained at the Joffrey Ballet School. I did summer programs like Boston Ballet, ABT, Pittsburgh. I was like all up in that whole thing. And then age 19, I didn't even go to college right away because I was just training, and there were a number of factors. One of the main ones was that I wasn't finding the joy in it, and I felt selfish for doing it because for me, dance at that time, it was just like, okay, I'm doing these things so that I can be with some random dance company, but like I didn't have any like reason like that for me that I was in it anymore, you know, just because that's what I had to do.
Yeah.
And so I left and I quit, and I stopped dancing for a long time. Fits and spurts would try and come back to it, but I felt way too intimidated to go back into a classroom. I didn't really want to go into that traditional world anymore. And so I started to explore my own self-expression through dance. And it started out mostly in my apartment. And as I got up a little more confidence, I would dance in the park or in like random places, and started to see what that would be like. And I started to also make dance videos as I was doing that, because for me, the performer in me, like I recognized that there was this artist in me. Like I didn't have access to her back in my ballet days, but this part of me like wanted to be seen and heard, and knew that I had something to say. And so these little videos were like almost like little, I call them like dance video poems or something, you know, like short little vignettes of me dancing wherever, whether it was in my apartment, in the park. And I started to feel fulfilled. even if like no one saw the video. And I didn't want anyone to see them at first, to be honest, but like it was just about like fulfilling something in me that was like, okay, great, here I am. Here's something that I am sharing with the world. Right. And that was 7 years ago that I made my first dance
I wonder,
video.
here's some, some soul campers. So Sage and Tanya also joined
Hi,
us.
guys!
Hi. So one of the things that I think about is, especially in that space of singing and dancing and that self-expression, like sometimes it feels a little weird to do it in places that's not like in a rehearsal studio or on stage, but like, I love to sing and dance when nobody's watching. And sometimes I do when people are watching too.
And you did that professionally for years,
and
right?
I did professionally for years too. And, it's so funny that, when you're like in the work of it or in the training of it, like it can lose the joy.
Yeah.
Because it's so methodical and it's all about getting somewhere, as opposed to like that freedom that we felt when we were young, where it was just play.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And I feel like that's what you put back into the work. It's like you brought play back into it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you also just competed in a New York City event, no?
I did.
And?
Which is weird because I'm so anti, oh, thanks, Sage. You dog my videos, which maybe dog was a mistype, but I'll take it.
I think it's dig, but we'll take the dog. We're in a park and there are dogs here too.
Sage. Oh, hey, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Awesome to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting because I was just part of a competition show called New York's Got Talent here in New York City.
Hashtag no big deal.
No big deal, whatever. But it was weird for me because I spent so many years just creating dance for myself in my own way, that to then, get into this situation where there were actual literal judges. It wasn't like, oh, I wonder if anyone's going to judge me if I post this video. It's like, there are 3 people who are there purposefully to judge me.
Yeah.
And so it was such a great experience on so many levels. I had one show where I was terrified out of my mind, like literally like feeling like I should quit. Like, why am I doing this? I was with my dance partner, Ben. We were doing a duet, and I was like, no one is going to understand this. They're all like, this is so dumb, because it was more of like a comedy piece, there was like, it was more than just like showy dance moves. There was a story behind it, and I was like, no one's gonna get this, whatever. It ended up getting like rave reviews. The judges loved it. Everybody, like, it was amazing. Then I had another show.
How we self-edit like that?
Yeah.
It's like it's like you trust your gut, you trust your instinct.
Yeah.
And then miracles happen.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you don't trust your instinct, and then you're just left like, well, that was a mess.
Yeah. Exactly. And you never know. And and like another show happened where I was really excited about it, and one of the judges, like the first judge's comment was like, so I really didn't get it, and I think you need a lot of development. And I was just like,
okay,
all right, cool. So like there I am standing in front of 200 people, and like on video and being like, all right. And honestly, I'm so glad that happened, because it gave me practice and just really being like, cool, I'm going to let you think what you think, and I'll be the first to admit that I need development, and that's why I'm here. I want to develop my work,
Right. Yeah.
So it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me a little about your classes. So you teach several classes.
I do.
And you've created them as like an expression now to get people like, out of that like methodology space and more into a creativity space.
Yeah.
With movement. Because we just don't move enough. Like, people are just so locked and tight.
Yeah, it's easy to get stuck especially stuck in your head and thinking a lot and not moving and not in your body. And even for those of us who move, like I'm thinking to a client session I had earlier today, because I teach group classes and I also have a coaching practice where I work with other people who are wanting to bring dance and their self-expression really into their lives in powerful ways. And this woman came from a traditional dance background.
Right.
And now she's a fitness instructor and does a lot of movement, and she even has like a dance company that she started, but that she's not really fulfilled in because like she's not bringing her true self into it, right? And we had this whole discussion about how like she always thought that Broadway was going to be her thing, or like that was what she needed to do to like get to this place. And the whole session was basically about helping her to see how she can be who she is now, like find her expression in these small ways without having to know what it's going to look like yet, but trusting that it is going to take her somewhere. And that, and I think that's the thing that I like to bring into all of the programs and the classes that I teach, is that like when you learn to get in your body and trust yourself and trust those impulses, like like Eduardo, for example, like at Soul Camp, like made this like hilarious persona, and he was like doing it. I don't know if you want to talk about it on here, but
Well,
it was,
I'm
like,
sure a lot
really,
of people saw me
you guys
running
have
around
probably
with my bathing suit. You know.
And you were
Yeah.
just like, I'm gonna do this. I don't know why I'm doing this right
Yeah.
now, but I feel
I'm called.
I'm called to do it.
Yeah.
Like you got to follow those impulses because those impulses are gonna take you somewhere. You
Right.
know, you don't know why,
Right.
But you got to trust that, and it's so different from that traditional world of like
That's right, Tanya.
audition and
Tokyo
do your
2020.
thing. Tokyo 2020.
You're going to be like my agent for Tokyo 2020, Tanya. You're like, I'm prepping now. I'm getting it together. I'm working on my flips. You know.
I love it. So yeah.
So tell us a little about the classes that you're creating. So because they're really fun. So one of them is.
Yeah.
So I took one of them when I was
Yes.
at Soul Camp, which was awesome. Like I haven't danced in so long, and it felt like so liberating to be back in a room again. You know, and just allowing the movement to be whatever it's going to be without worrying about like, am I going to get the job or
Yeah.
what does this look like or does it matter?
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
So that's one of the
I
classes
love
that you
that.
taught. What was the
Yeah.
class?
That class was the You Can Dance Again class that
Okay.
Eduardo was talking about, which is really, that's an element in all the classes I teach, is bringing in, it's not about like learning this intricate choreography or having to get it right, but it's really about finding your movement and your
Right.
expression, and there is that element of where everyone gets to create their own kind of dance, you know, while we're
And
together.
then hashtag no big deal. What's the other class?
And
that
then the
you're
other
developing?
class is Pop Goddess Dance,
What?
which combines goddess archetypes with pop music and the pop star likenesses that are connected to them.
Hi there, Dulcie.
Hello, hi Dulcie.
Okay, so tell us.
So
tell us about Pop Goddess.
So Pop Goddess Dance is really about awakening our feminine energy in a really fun and accessible way. And it's about dancing, obviously.
Yeah. Now, do men go to this too?
I haven't had a man yet. I'm not opposed to it, although it depends on their intentions. Like,
Totally.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Primavera just joined us. Ready? Let's do it. Ha, ra, za, ma, da, ga, zo, ha, ra, pa, ga, da, hung.
I don't know. Yeah. Hi, Primavera.
Hi, Primavera. Okay, so,
This is so fun.
yeah.
So yeah. So Pop
we're talking
Goddess.
about Pop
So we're
Goddesses.
talking about, so this class came about because I was Googling. Are you guys, anybody out there enjoy researching goddesses, goddess archetypes, anything like that? And you don't have to be a woman to do it either, right? There's like these energies that
Yeah.
live in all of us.
Well, I
right?
studied like Greek mythology, right? So there's several, like there's Athena, and then there's
Exactly.
Minerva, which is the same one. Artemis.
Yeah. There's
I
Aphrodite.
get Aphrodite. I get confused when we go between Roman and Greek.
Yeah.
It's just like my life in the theater, you know. Anyway, I don't know what that means.
Actually, when I was on vacation, family vacation this year, I had my goddess card deck, and
Yeah.
my little cousins, Luca, who's 10, a 10-year-old boy, and Sophia, who's 8, a girl, they both every morning, like they saw me, like, what are these? And I explained to them what the goddess cards were, and every morning they would come into my room and be like, Jessie, can we pull a goddess card? And I'd be like, yeah, and we would pull them out, and Luca knew all about them because he'd studied Greek stuff and
that's
Egyptian
awesome.
stuff, and so he was like, oh yeah, I know Artemis, and I'd be like, cool.
Yeah.
And it brought us together in this amazing way.
Awesome.
It was really sweet.
So tell me about the dance class. It's based on these goddess archetypes, but then you equate them with pop stars.
Yeah, so for example, so the way that it came about, so Kali, anybody know the Indian goddess Kali, who's the one with like 8 arms, that's, you know, there's a lot of like destruction and rage and like clearing out what we don't need in her. In Beyonce's video 7-Eleven.
I was about to say Beyonce. Yeah.
Beyonce, right? So
Yeah.
so Beyonce has a lot of, I mean, especially in her Lemonade video, which came out after I created the class and did this whole thing, but her 7-Eleven video, the one where she's on the balcony of the hotel just in a sweatshirt and underwear, and then like, I don't know. In any case, her sweatshirt says Kale, which is Kali with an E instead of an I, and she's doing these movements. The song says legs moving side to side, and if you see these ancient images of Kali dancing, her arms and her legs are moving side to side,
cool.
and there's all these like, you know, connected energies. And I started to look at, well, Lady Gaga and Aphrodite, the goddess of love. She literally has a song called Venus, which is Aphrodite, the goddess of love, and she's all about this reinvention and rebirth. And then there's Pink, who is very much that warrior quality about like, don't mess with me, like here's what I have to say, right? Artemis, the like with the bow and arrow, the protector, that kind of energy, right? And so so looking at the way that these connections happened, I started to really join them together and think about how through these pop songs they're actually channeling this like divine feminine energy and these qualities that maybe, you know, maybe you're in a job that is boring you, or that you don't agree with certain things, and you need to channel more of your decision making and your independent spirit, right? Artemis is the goddess for you.
Right.
But rather than just thinking about that, what if you actually embodied her? What if you found those movements that really express that goddess's energy? And it doesn't have to be all serious. It could be fun, because we can do it to Pink or to Beyonce or to whatever song you like. You know what I mean? And so through that, like this amazing, so when I led the program in the spring, it was just so beautiful, because each woman by the end of the 4 weeks shared her dance with us. Like you get to create your own goddess dance by the end of the program, incorporating whatever elements are most essential to you. And to see what these women created was just like, I mean, brought tears to my eyes, because it was so powerful, and how the themes that we spoke about like really touched on these places in their lives that they needed that boost of power. So it goes beyond the dance.
How can people find your stuff?
So you can find my stuff if you go to youcandanceagain.com. The Pop Goddess program is up there right now. You can check it out. I also have, if you're in New York City, because you're a friend of Eduardo, I'd love to offer you a ticket to come to one of the intro classes for free.
What?
So for that, you can go to popgoddessdance.com.
Wow, popgoddessdance.com.
Popgoddessdance.com. That will take you to the intro classes, and just enter the code FB Live.
So Leslie Nance just gave us like 25 hearts. So thank you, Leslie.
Leslie, I hope to see you in class.
Sending you lots of love. Leslie lives in Colorado.
Oh.
But Leslie will be joining, I am sure. And Michael Miller. Does he know? Do you know Michael Miller?
Yes.
How do you know Michael Miller?
That's so funny. Hi, Michael.
Yes.
I'm so inspired by Michael Miller's recent dance story.
His what?
Dance story. Wait, is it the same Michael Miller?
It may not be the same one.
Maybe it's a different one.
Yeah, and there's Smith Banfield also. Anyway, so many fun, familiar faces. So absolutely. So Pop Goddess.
Yeah.
So back to the
what are we talking
video
about?
or how we find your information.
Okay, New York City, go to popgoddessdance.com.
Great.
FB Live, maybe we could paste it in the, I'll paste it in the comments after we get off if you want to do it. Or just go to youcandanceagain.com and read more about all of that. And also, you know, friend me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm more than happy to like just chat with you,
and what's
talk
your
about your, at Jess Grippo.
At Jess Grippo. JESSGRIPPO.
Correct.
Absolutely. And Leslie Nance just wrote, love it, such goodness.
Aww.
And you need to follow Leslie. Leslie does amazing work. She has an amazing story where she basically healed herself with food. And she has her own cooking show that you can see, which is on Periscope. And she is an absolute rock star, an absolute joy of a human being.
Yay.
So thank you, Leslie. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your love burst. You know,
Yay.
and you're a pop goddess too. I wonder what pop goddess you are when you're cooking.
I
wonder who you're channeling as your, you know.
Maybe Demeter. Demeter's like the mother goddess, the more mothering energy.
Ooh.
Like the food and the, you know.
Yeah. Or the goddess of hearth and home, which is Hera.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Look at us looking all of our.
Maybe that'll be a new element.
A new element. We have to figure out which is the. Maybe Dolly Parton is the. Maybe not. I'm trying to think what would be a.
Think about that one.
Yeah. Anyway.
But in any case, the dance is happening in New York. It's also happening online. In the 4-week program, you can do it online as well.
Cool.
So it's not just for New York City.
And we can find that online too if people want to participate in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Oh, Tanya. No problem.
So what would you say as what would you think would be like the first step for someone to create their own fearless self-expression? And maybe we should have like a little burst of it right here on these steps.
That would be great.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's do it. So I'm going to turn the video around, and Jess is going to give you just a little bit of her like dancing on the steps, you know, as a self-expression of who are you going to channel? Or do you just dance it out?
I can just dance it out.
You're going to dance it out?
I mean, just dance it out is a great theme to live by.
Yeah.
Take a dance break.
So this is going to be take a dance break. So I'm going to like turn this thing around and we're going to take a dance break with Jess Grippo. You know.
You're going to dance with me too, right?
Well, you're going to have to hold it and then I'll dance it with you too. I'll dance out. Okay.
Okay.
I want to
We're going to dance it out.
We're going to dance it out. Okay.
This is called a dance break.
This is called a dance.
You take a break from whatever you're doing and you dance it out.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it around right now. And here comes. Live it. Hit it. There's no music.
There's no music, but
There's no music, but it's amazing. Hit it. Dance it out. Skip it out.
And it's good to like break your judgments of whatever you think dance should be, right? Because like you could just go like this with your arms and it's like whatever, but if you go like this and like put some energy into it, it's all of a sudden a dance. So if you say you don't know how to dance, that's a motorcycle. If you say you don't know how to dance, I'm gonna call bullshit on that because I think you do.
And you can just say bullshit.
Why don't you dance now, Eduardo?
Okay, great. So you come over here.
Okay, great.
So,
So now Eduardo's gonna dance it out.
A little turn on
Yeah.
a step.
Oh my god.
And then a little, you know, dance it. A little.
Yes.
Fred Astaire moment, you know.
Yes.
Maybe a little leap.
Oh, careful.
And a turn, and then maybe like a stretch, you know, and then a kick, you know, and maybe a bell kick, you know, and a little.
Yeah.
Hey. Throw the hat.
Work it.
And catch, and land, and hit. Oh, imp
And
my glasses, and shimmy.
yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay, so we can bring this back. That was just like a little dance break moment. Hashtag no
so
big deal. We'll sit back down. We didn't like completely, you know, burst a sweat here, but it was a little moment of self-expression here, a little narrated self-expression.
It's great. I feel so great.
And a little burst of hearts, again,
Thanks
from
for the
Leslie.
hearts.
And Marcin, my friend. Shit, that my boy. Yes. So anyway, so thank you. Azúcar, as Michael Miller says. So I want to thank you all for coming and joining us here with Fearless at 4. And Jess Grippo, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you
Such
so
a joy to
much
have
for
you here with us and having
hosting.
so much fun here in Brooklyn.
You're the most amazing person.
I'll take it.
Ever.
I'll take it. I'll
Ever.
take it. And something for you to remember this week is if you feel trapped and if you feel a little locked in, a little blocked, take a moment and just dance it out.
Yes.
You know, we have this one life, carpe the diem, as they say.
Exactly.
You know, and allow yourself the freedom and the space to connect to your body and just unleash it, you know? Take it on,
Yeah.
celebrate. We have, again, a moment. It's so easy to get stressed out, you know, dance it out.
Dance it out.
At the end of the day, dance it out.
That's all you gotta
Kickball
do.
change,
Makes everything feel
Shene
better.
jump split, you know.
You don't have
Pound,
to do
pound,
all
pound,
that
pound,
to dance it out,
bam, 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 bam. Hit it.
though. Yes, dance breaks forever.
Dance breaks forever. So thank you so much. Fear less, live free, love more. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.